Just want to keep this short and let it be known I'll be attending Arizona State University, my childhood dream school, my father's alma mater, a place where I'm happy, and a school where head coach has always had my back. What is up, everybody? It is Jake with Master Football, back at it again. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to be up to date on all things college football, pro football, Madden, EA college football, anything related to American football, hit the red subscribe button. You will not be disappointed. Also hit the like button. Like and subscribe. We're almost to 1,000, baby. Let's keep on going, man. Quest for 1,000. Without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, guys, we're covering some college football content here, and our dear friend out west in Pittsburgh, California, he's a top flight recruit. He committed to the University of Florida, and there was a kind of a handshake wink agreement. And again, the details on that are a little bit fuzzy. Some people say the money was there. Some people say they knew that the money might not be there. Either way, $13 million promised to a recruit through an NIL offering, signed his letter of intent, and then the $13 million deal went through. $13 million, 4 years, really, really good deal, went through. And that quarterback decided to decommit. There was a big kerfluffle about that. Anyways, after that decommittal, this is where it's at right now because he just committed. And again, we are talking about our friend Jaden Rashada. Like I said, Pittsburgh, California, out there in the Bay Area. I had a video recently. Sam Heward out at Washington transferred to Cal Poly. There was rumors that they knew that Jaden Rashada was going to go there to follow up with him on Michael Penix. Michael Penix came back. But anyways, Jaden Rashada picks Arizona State after decommitting from Florida. Tom Van Haren today. Here we go. We check this out. Then a number 31 prospect out of Pittsburgh High School, California, and that's in the Bay Area. He signed with Florida in the early signing period with the help of a name, image, and likeness deal for more than $13.5 million with a Florida-based collective. But the Associated Press later reported that the Gator Collective terminated its agreement with Rashada, which was to be paid out over 4 years. And again, the crazy thing about that, we are not 100% sure. Most contracts, there's some sort of like deals, buyouts. There's, if he doesn't play, he doesn't get something to that degree. I have no idea with this whole situation. All I know, a deal was promised. He signed his letter of intent, and then the deal fell through. So there's another article here we're going to get into on that to see if there's any legal trouble, but let's continue on here. He was eventually released from his national letter of intent by the Gators in early January and began searching for a new school. Potential suitors, I mentioned Washington before, Cal, he's in the Bay Area, TCU, and Arizona State. He took visits to TCU and Arizona State, and his decision seemingly came down to 2 schools. Just want to keep this short and let it be known I'll be attending Arizona State University, my childhood dream school, my father's alma mater, a place where I'm happy, and a school where head coach has always had my back. Jaden Rashada posted to Twitter on Wednesday, glad to truly be home. 2 sources told ESPN that Rashada family was not focused on the NIL deals in the second process. That's good. A source said that the family made it clear that they did not want to engage in NIL deals with Arizona State's collective prior to Rashada's signing. So again, there's a lot of weirdness with NIL. The good thing about it, though, is I do like the fact that players are compensated for their name, image, and likeness, and the money doesn't go to a university or a sporting goods store or something to that degree. Anyways, we're going to continue on here. The relationship Rashada had built with the coaching staff and the fact that Rashada's father, Harlan, played football at Arizona State all factored into his decision on the day before February signing period. Dillingham had been on the job for only a few months, but had been very active in rebuilding the roster through high school recruiting and the transfer portal, along with Rashada. He is also bringing in Notre Dame quarterback transfer Drew Pine, BYU quarterback transfer Jacob Conover, and 3-star Israel Carter out of Centennial High School in Corona, California. Rashada is the first ESPN 300 commit for Dillingham and the Arizona State staff and provides a boost of momentum for the program heading into the 2024 cycle. Dillingham, the head coach there, we touched on him earlier. I'm really excited about what he can do out there at Arizona State. I'm telling you, Arizona State is one of those underrated powers. It's got weather, it's got facilities, it's got, babes. It's really easy to recruit a player to Phoenix, Arizona, to Tempe area. It's very, very easy out there to do it. However, the upper brass needs to want to be good at football. It looks like they're trying to do that in a lot of ways here. Dillingham is putting in work as Arizona State's head coach. And I said earlier, remember here, and again, this is just one of those situations where you offer a deal, you kind of wink, yeah, this will happen, and then there's kind of a bait and switch. That could be a situation where you could be under legal trouble. It looks like here from the Associated Press that they do not expect an NCAA inquiry from the Gators. That's their perspective. So the AP says Florida coach Billy Napier provided little insight Wednesday into how and why the Gators lost 4-star quarterback Jaden Rashada, but said he doesn't expect it to prompt an NCAA investigation. Napier sidestepped several questions about Rashada, who signed with Florida in December, only to be granted his release a month later following a failed name, image, and likeness deal worth more than $13 million over 4 years. Remember, no indication that was guaranteed. However, no indication that was even there. Napier repeatedly said the NCAA rules prohibited him from providing details. I wish we could get into the specifics, but we're not allowed to. I think the reality is the current structure of NIL, and with third parties being involved, with agents being involved, and with market representatives, with lawyers and the collectives is very fluid, and I think a very unique dynamic. Jaden Rashada, again, 5,200 yards, 59 touchdowns at Pittsburgh, California in the Bay Area, was granted a release on January 20th, and he just committed to his father's alma mater, Arizona State. I think it's really interesting here to see this about Billy Napier. And again, Anthony Richardson, really, really good pro prospect. Didn't have the greatest season in the world, but you see here what's going on with Florida. It's really, really crazy here. So Rashada is the 5th scholarship quarterback to leave Florida since Napier's arrival, following Anthony Richardson to the NFL. Okay, that's a good one. Jalen Kitna dismissed on his arrest following child pornography charges. And again, those are alleged. We want to make sure, because those are alleged. We don't put that on Mr. Kitna. Emory Jones transferred to Arizona State, and then Carlos Del Rio Wilson transferred to Syracuse. They have 3 quarterbacks on roster. Wisconsin transfer and projected starter Graham Mertz, Jack Miller, and Max Brown. Napier said he will be in the market for another transfer this spring. Hopefully they're in line for a top-flight quarterback here, because the Napier, the loss to Vanderbilt, the loss of all these quarterbacks, all these situations, the loss of Jaden Rashada, hopefully they can figure it out, because so far in Gainesville, it's not looking the way they want it to. So there was an article that was recently put up there that basically said the big thing and the big reason why the Pac-12 has such issues in the college football playoff is because once you get to that top level, you need to have good defensive linemen. And unfortunately, if you check it out, California 4- and 5-star defensive linemen versus Texas versus Florida as an example, those 3 states. California is probably has the least amount of ability at the defensive line. And again, defensive lines just dominate up front. You saw that with Oregon a lot of times when they made it to the CFP. But there is one thing about the Pac-12 that they get absolutely right, and a big reason why I am absolutely jacked about them in this next season, if I can watch the games, because it's on Comcast and their whole deal and the situation with Larry Scott. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the quality of quarterbacks heading into the Pac-12 this next season. Now, 2 of these names will no longer be on the list the next year, because they'll be either gone to the NFL or they will be in the Big Ten. That's be USC and UCLA. But check this out. Arizona, Jaden DeLora, very good quarterback out there. Arizona State, Jaden Rashada, our top recruit there. Also could potentially be Drew Pine, whoever wins that job out there. Colorado, Shadur Sanders. Oregon, Bo Nix. Oregon State, G.J. Uiagalelei. I hope I pronounced his name right. UCLA, 5-star quarterback Dante Moore. USC, projected 2024 NFL draft top pick Caleb Williams. Utah, Cam Rising. Washington, the leader in passing in the country, Michael Penix. Washington State, Cam Ward. Again, they didn't mention Cal and Stanford in there, but that is an absolutely loaded group of quarterbacks out there. And again, that's one thing about the Pac-12. The reason why I like West Coast football so much is because the quarterback play is so good. And again, I know some people like those scoring games, some people don't. I love high scoring games. I love offensive football. I like quality quarterback play. You're going to have it in the Pac-12 this next season. So again, unfortunately, like I said, the big issue with the Pac-12 is whenever they get into the CFP and they have to play against SEC teams, Big Ten teams that have very solid defensive lines, they have issues out there. However, game to game, week to week, I'm telling you, no offense to Rutgers versus Indiana, no offense to, Iowa versus Penn State, something like that. Some people like that kind of football, and again, I can appreciate certain aspects of that. But man, the West Coast out there, you look at that. DeLora, Rashada, Drew Pine. You've got Bo Nix, DJ Uiagalelei. I hope I said his name right. I keep on messing it up. Dante Moore. You've got Cam Rising. You've got Shadur Sanders. There's so many good players. Caleb Williams. Jesus Christ. Cam Ward. Michael Penix. There are so many good quarterbacks out there in the Pac-12. It's going to be an exciting league. All right, guys, get in the comments right now and let me know. What do you think about this whole situation? Jaden Rashada leaves Florida. What's going on with Florida in their situation? What's going on with Arizona State? Do you think Arizona State's on the up? Do you think Florida's on the down? Where do you think that's going to go? Get in the comments right now and let me know. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. I appreciate it. That's it for me, guys. I'll see you guys later. I am out.